see, once that's happening, we can zoom in, move this over here. Oh, we get our wonderful little duplicated thing there. Hi, everybody. Welcome to a new live stream. Yay. Let me get everything set up. It always takes me a little while to get all the details. Zoom in a little bit more. It's up like that and zoom. Got all these buttons I can click. It's awesome. There's that. Let's see, I'll keep my air on for just a couple more minutes and then I'll turn it off so you hear this nice. Wait till summer hits. Like in a week or two, summer's supposed to take off, right? Oh, there we go. We're live there. We're live here. You are double vox so far. Uh-oh. Why am I double vox? There's echo? Let me hear it real quick. I don't hear echoes here. I just played and it should be here. That so that's good. No echo for me. Oh, you had yeah. If you have two windows open, that will give you an echo for certain. All right, so let me do my little quick housekeeping things I have to do each week. Let's go to Facebook. Father's Day hang playing with Del Norte going to awesome copy, post that there, go to the Plugin Guru Facebook page. Share it there so everybody knows what's going on. And what else is going on? Matt is sending me oh, that's kind of cool. So Matt is sending me, let's save this image as to the desktop. That's better. So Matt's working on the artwork. You guys want to see artwork real quick? In progress. It's not finalized yet, but this is where we're at for possible artwork for Del Norte. For the EDM Chill library. Let's see, minimize that. You see that? It's kind of cool. I like that. It's a good start. I like that. He's in Poland, I think. It's amazing. The things you can have an international team that's working with you on doing things all at once is just really cool. So anyway, thank you for joining. Hello. This is going to be oh, I've got a yellow light for my health of the stream. That's not good. Why is my health not so good? Let's see. Let's make sure I kill drop. Well, no, I can't kill Dropbox. Well, yes, I can. I'm not going to use it. Quit Dropbox. Quit the Adobe Creative Cloud. Some of these things will just quit ScreenFlow. There. Now my stream health just went to a green light. I wonder if Guru has any orchestra sound library sound packs for Omniverse. Not really. Doing orchestra libraries requires lots of samples to be accurate. And unfortunately, Omniverse gives me a maximum of 8 patches, which can be into 8 zones. If I wanted to set up zones so I can have 8 samples across the keyboard. And that's not sufficient to do any, or not even the Core GIM. I think the Core GIM 1 30 years ago had more than 8 samples. And then you get to the situation where you've got to now edit each thing as a single patch. It's not optimally ideal. So no, I am working. I recorded cello, and I can show you those again in a little while if you want to hear. I am going to be bringing out libraries using orchestral instruments, but it's going to be a unique take, an original take to say the least, on those types of libraries. I'm not interested in doing, there's so many companies, you need Contact, or you need, there's a couple other samplers that are really, the standard is by far Contact. But I'm working on a library where I'm using cello for things like, we just did this session a week ago Wednesday, and so I have all these samples that I'm it would be more the moody, cool pads, cool atmospheres. Actually, this Boeing high five. And these are just a single sample in ESX24 from the session when I was auditioning the sounds. It's not even the, I have the master files now to start working with, and so I have a lot of work in front of me. There's an awful lot of samples to edit. So I'll be working in that direction for orchestral, but no, I don't have, and I wouldn't dream of trying to do the best library to purchase. So what's the best library for purchase? What, for orchestral? I'm trying to figure out what UNV is saying. Are you looking for the best library to purchase for orchestral? You can go all the way up to $10,000 libraries from the Vienna Symphonic. Go to ilio.com. They've got all the Vienna, which is considered probably some of the best orchestral. There's so many companies. I like Spitfire Audio is awesome. Oh, for Omniverse, I don't know anybody that's done orchestral for Omniverse. Now, if you go into some of the libraries that I've created, let's do a quick step into some other things that you might not realize. These Omniverse libraries, they're kind of like based on kind of a concept of, I was thinking I did some orchestral, it's all based on this concept of a story. So there's a lot of cinematic stuff here. There's painful memories. I mean, to this day, the Omniverse libraries were 3 of the first libraries that I did maybe 6 years ago, and they're still my favorites in some respects, just because there's really interesting, cool, creative. And they're on sale this weekend. So make sure you use the promo code Father's Day Rocks and 30% off of these libraries. So there are these types of things inside of my Omniverse libraries. Omniverse 2 is more dark and ominous. This has the Mad Mordor, which is this really big... But if you need like real orchestral strings and stuff like that, then you need Contact 5, you need sample libraries with lots of samples and all that kind of stuff. I did do some strings. Was it this library? Omniverse 1. One of these I dived into strings. What is it? There's that type in Omniverse 1. I think I did some other strings. yeah, I did tremolos. This is the closest to orchestral I think I've ever heard in Omnisphere. Shorts. There's stuff like this, sustained octaves. There's things like this that I've done. Because there are strings, the atmosphere strings are in here. They're just a single set of samples across the keyboard that are kind of moody, and then I would layer them with like the orchestron, or here it was using different things. The medieval violas, I was using that. And then using real strings layered. So there are some that I've done in the orchestral direction. The Omniverse are the ones that are the most in those directions at the moment. All these others get into moody stuff, synthetic stuff, really cool attacky things. Radio Ready's pop songs from the 70s to now. Sabersphere are synthetic patches that are really cool. Toxics by Seth Norman, who now works at Spectrasonics, and these are all these in your face. Stuff that will make Serum jealous in some respects. This is a killer library. If you're trying to do modern dance stuff, you'll need some of these sounds. So yeah, there's libraries that do all these types of things. Oh, that's right. Yesterday was my birthday. Release date for Del Norte is early July, I believe. I'm still working. I'm going to share with you what I've done. I've got some really cool developments that have happened for that library. It was a great birthday. In fact, I wanted to give you guys a little tour of the birthday. So we're going to stop the synth patch showing. Let me tell you about my birthday. So I turned 53 yesterday. It's my wow, cool, Michael. Yes, I've got some cool patches for Del Norte to show you guys, and it's thrilling. So my daughter and I, this is my lovely daughter Hannah. She's gonna be mad I'm showing her picture on this, but I don't care. She's the cutest kid in the world. She's 16. She went with me on an adventure with my dog, and we went here to Aloha Falls, here in the Columbia River Gorge. This is a 293-foot waterfall. And the trail's closed because of a washout, but they had a way we could get around to get here. And that's me. It was very wet. We were soaked to the bone. Athena's not so sure she's happy that she's here. She's like, why am I here? And that was afterwards. Here I am recharging. I'm yelling at the waterfall at this particular moment. I do this every birthday. I like to go here and try to spend some time. Here's what it looks like. Oh, you can't hear the audio anyhow, so it's beautiful. It's just raging like crazy, and this is I thought Hannah was taking pictures and she wasn't, so I'm running up to the waterfall and yelling at it right now. Yeah, it's an interesting. I've recorded this place before. It's cool. But it's beautiful. And that was, yeah. So it was great. I mean, there's nothing like charging your spirit by like being something so massively huge that you're that close to and can kind of feel the power of it. Yeah, the Northwest is incredible. I love living in Portland area because I can get to the ocean, I can get to waterfalls, I can get to the desert, I can get to the mountains. It's all right here. And it's beautiful. So it was really nice. It was a really nice time. Charge my spirit, hang out with my kid. It was very lucky time. So I'm happy. The birthday's over. It was a good time. Let's see here. So there's a couple of things I'm going to show you guys in this video, in this live stream. Are you sharing the Northern Lights patches? You're the reasons why I bought it. Thanks. Oh, cool. Glad to help, my friend. I'm going to show you guys a couple plugins. Let's do this. So we're going to start with a sound. Here's Del Norte. And it's playing a MIDI file. These MIDI files will be included, by the way, with the library. I'm going to make like 50 MIDI files. I've got... Oh, these are pads. Let's choose something like this. So this is the EDM, plucky, radio, all the chill, uses all these kind of sounds. But to make this sounds legit, you need an additional effect. And there's two options. And I'm going to turn you on to one you guys might not know about, and that's called the Nicky Romero Kickstart. This is a simplified version of Extra Records LFO tool. We can put the two up so you can see them side by side. Extra Records LFO tool is more expensive. It can do more because it can do pan, it can do filtering, it can do many different things. If you go to the presets, there's a side chain where there's these 6 different presets to call up and go through. The Nicky Romero, they just decided to make it really simple, and like here's the LFO tool doing it. And you can go to the rate and you want to smooth it, you can go to smooth it. There's a lot more controls, right? So you can do it here, or you can go to Kickstart and do it here. And here you just have different presets for the shape. But everything today is sidechained. I hate to say it, but man, you have to be able to get that sound instead of just this. Because you can go from this. Let's see, let me quantize that. Oh, this is a triplet feel, so let's go to another one. You gotta have that kind of vibe. And just this by itself, it's cool. But you need to have that pump in it. Everything pumps. And it's like $15. If you want to buy this, it's at cableguys.com. They sell it. It was a collaboration between Nicky Romero and Cable Guys. So cableguys.com is the place to go. The other plugin I'm going to show you is one called Tantra. And I'm not going to show it quite yet because I'm going to spend a few minutes going through Del Norte. Airwave turned me onto this plugin a while ago, and I'd forgotten about it. And this can do filtering, distortion, delay, glitch, LFO, lo-fi, all sorts of things. And it has up to 8 channels that can be doing things to all sorts of parameters all at the same time, and it's insane. So here, real quickly, because we'll play this more in a minute, but here's without it, and here's with it. Ready? And I have a promo code to give you guys $10 more off. Take that, add drums. And you have, it's amazing. So we will play this. There's so much more it can do. And we'll look into that. And don't leave without getting the promo code if you want it. It's $49 for the plugin. There's, I think, $69 to get these 3 expansion sets. And then here, let me type into chat. Tantra is amazing. It's really cool. I've got a promo code that he emailed me. Hold on a second. Mail. It's a multi-effect plugin with automation with these channels, and there's 8 of them. So you can have 8 different channels of pulsing going on that are routed to parameters in any of these 2 sets of effects. I thought it's crazy. So this is the, let's see, Dimitri. If you want to get this, here is the promo code. I'll put this into chat. Use that and you get $10 off if you buy the version with the expansions. It's normally $69, so now it's $59 to get 3 sets of expansions. And there's all sorts of things for pads. So you put pads, you put any audio source. It's an effect you can stick on an audio channel or an instrument effect or an instrument channel. It does things to drums. It's awesome. It's awesome, awesome, fun stuff. So we're going to play with that after we get a little bit more into Del Norte. Let me show you my concepts and where I'm at. As you can see, I've got some cool sounds already started. Airwave did some really cool ones that he got to me last night. Oh, wait, let's turn off all the extra stuff so you just hear... One note. That's one note. Here's Summer in the Air. One note. So all that like Caribbean EDM. You've also got, here's Fromage Block. So there's stuff like that. He did a... So the concept of the library is to have one layer that is doing, let's see here. He's using a sawtooth waveform all by itself. Because one of the biggest problems with Omnisphere for me is getting unique attacks. And dance music is so reliant on having really cool, aggressive, in-your-face attacks. And the attack, I don't know why, I'm not able to, you can sit down with Spire and 5 seconds later have a really snappy, rip your head off dance type of a sound. And it's hard to do that in Omnisphere. So the idea is to use one of the 2 layers as an attack. And I've made all of these different types of attacks. And I've made them both dry and with reverb, with effects. There's, I think, 50 different attacks now. And these pluck and win ones I'm going to show you in a minute are incredible. really, really, if you're a fan of the D50 and breathy, airy stuff, I can do that type of stuff. These keyboard sounds, where's like air piano, because the attack is this. I'll show you how I did it. And I have all these different kinds of attacks. This is the, and it's looped. So you get that kind of D50 vibe. But you put these onto the bodies of sounds. And it's really, really cool. Here's without it. So that's the idea. The idea is layering, and these were sounds, the Selmas and so forth are things that are created from the virus that I recorded in the Redwood Forest when I was on that trip. Okay, you can go away. So that's the idea. I have all sorts of examples. Here's a sine wave. And it's easy to get nice attacks like that, but to get that kind of in-your-face snap, you can't. I have the hardest time getting it. So this is my solution to getting that kind of an idea, is to just try the code. Yes, that's supposed to be the promo code. It's for the full version with expansion, not just the plugin. I don't think it works if you're buying just the plugin. Yeah, it's very hard for Omnisphere to get attacks. It's one of its, if there was a weak link in the armor, it's that its attack does not have that sound that you're used to hearing in all these songs on the radio that have this really cool in-your-face attack. So this was my solution to, because you could... Hear how pointed and snappy that is? Without it. DJ Benny Boy, did I get your message? I might have. I've gotten a lot of messages, man. So that's the idea. And it's coming off really cool. There's all sorts of cool... Some of these I'm going to get into. These are growth spurts. These are synth things with... Because it can't all be snappy. Oh, you're... Oh, right. I did... Yeah, I got that message. Factory Bank 4. Right. Cool, Benny Boy. Awesome. There's some really cool, tricky things I'm working on, where I found a way to use these mod envelopes, give it a nice shape, but not make it polyphonic. So that way, when you play, hear that snap? That snap only happens when you play new notes. If you play legato, you don't get it. So I'm working on some cool alternate new, I like to find new things in new library. things like that. So there's a lot of work to go, but I'm really happy with the... This will be the first library that I will include MIDI files. I've been showing you some as we go. So I have a whole bunch here. All sorts of different genre styles. So stuff like that. There'll be MIDI files that can work with lots of these patches to play with. So you get some songwriting ideas to start with, as well as these sounds. Now I'm going to show you briefly. I'm not going to go through all the steps because I'm saving some of this for my techniques that I use and stuff, but I want to show you the idea because it's really kind of unique. Iris from Isotope is a synthesizer that does really cool things. Let's go over here. I'm going to load up. Let me find one of the original. Yeah, so if I drag this to here, does it? Yes. So here's how it looks like. I believe, can I resize this? Yes. And I believe there's a way to see, how do I get it to show you? Here we go. So if we go like this, you can change the display. And the way that these work, if I play, this is a sample from Mega Magic Bell's Winds, one of my flutes, right? See right here where it's solid? That is the pitch. And by using this program, I'm able to get rid of the pitch so that noise 25 I'm not sure what number it was in the final because I renamed them as I went to fit. But all of these came from that process. Let's see, kill all the EQs so you can hear. Get more effects. So hear that. So I took out most of the pitch, and what happens with that technique is that you can now put some velocity onto the filter. Just makes really cool attacks. I took a guitar, so some of these plucks are... So between those types of attacks and then the body being all sorts of samples from all sorts of really cool different vibey things, here's all the attacks. I named them so that they show at the top of the list, and then so that's the idea, to get cool, unique attacks, cool synth sounds for modern day productions. And you can tune the attacks You can also turn off pitch tracking, but it needs to change pitch. It's one of those cases where I wish it had like a variable tracking so I could do like quarter pitch across the keyboard. Right? So that is coming. I'm working on it for Contact, and this library version will be a little bit more interesting in some respects because there will be the attack element, which will have a list, and then there'll be the body element. And the body can be multiple samples. So I'm able to, you know, for these patches I'm showing, this is a single sample of Cape Blanco, right? I have it, or I will have it if it's not done yet, as a multi as well over here. I don't think I have Cape Blanco yet, but and these are using up to 8 patches, so I can map. This is app mapping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 samples of the actual. I think there's 10 to 12 samples for a lot of these. Let's see, make sure I'm playing the right thing because it sounds different. Oh, that's right, because I've got to really, I'm doing some random sample start stuff so that so the attack is different all the time. But then you layer these attacks. And with these you could go to and go through the list of attacks if you're on the Del Norte. So I have all of these cool attacks to use. So it's really fun. And you change to the breathy ones. And you might have to tune them up because you're playing low notes. So that's what I'm working on. That's where I am with this library. It's kind of fun to give you guys weekly updates of my progress. That's what we've done. So it's in the works. There's programs. There will be multis. My contact scripter is working on the script for the Contact 5 version. That will come out after the Omnisphere version. I will probably finish this first. So they won't be included as one library for both. But if you own one, there'll be a cool, reasonable price to get it for another one. Yes, happy to share. That's what I like to do. Is I want you guys along on the adventure and learning. So a lot of those sounds sound like reverse harmonic filtering was used. No, it's maybe here. I'll show you a little bit. When you go into Iris 2 and you're working with it, this is the same interface as RX, except now you're able to transpose the sample. And you have a paintbrush you can use to mark an area. And you can say delete, or I guess Command X, or how do I do that in here? I use RX, so I'm not used to using this interface. What did I just do? I don't want to do. Oh, that's right. So that's what this does. It doesn't actually change the sample. It's just mapping the filtering. That's what it is. Okay, so if we say, let me reload up that sample because I've done something to it. So, oh, it's still messed up. Okay, why are you messed up? What did I do wrong? Shouldn't be any filtering. I don't have any effects on it. Let's say just init. How do I init? Simple browser. Well, if all else fails, make the plugin go away, then call it back up. Away. So why did it not go away? Oh, I think I had 2 versions. Huh? Hold on. Right. Okay. So close, say new. Go back over here. I remember now how this works. It takes me a minute to go from one plugin to another. These are such different worlds. This plays everything, and then I believe as I go like this and select this, it lets it only sample and play that part. That's right. So then I can filter out these different things by going like this. So I'm making these frequencies of the flute go away all the way up through the harmonic spectrum. You see it goes all the way up here. And by doing that, now it's just the breath. So I'm not using anything other than the filtering out that RX can do of any frequency based on this display that you can see. Normally you see it like this, which doesn't tell you anything, but you can get the display to show you all the harmonics and all this stuff, and then you can work with it, and it's really awesome. And then I spit out the sample, and then I stretch it, and then I loop it. There's a lot of steps involved to get them to be final breath samples for Del Norte. And then looped. And some of them I made them kind of stick out loops like the D50 so that you want to have that. That's kind of the vibe of this technique. So I'm kind of going to call this a D50 for the 2017s because it's that idea of using attack, transients, and bodies together. When I do some sound design live for a new bank for synth. Cool. Basically removing the tonal body and replacing it later with hybrid synthesis. Yeah, it's taking components from one thing and another from another. It's component synthesis, which is what the D50 was based on. So all sorts of those types of sounds can be created. Really exciting. That's a lot of fun. So that's Del Norte. Let me talk to you about these effects. So on Cable Guy's website, if you go there, let me find cableguys.com. And then you go to their products, and they have all sorts of stuff that they sell themselves now. Do they even show the Kickstarter? No, they show just their bundled of things. So how do we... Cable Guys, Nikki Romero. Let's find out where it's at. Oh, Kickstart. So here's where you go to get this. It's Kickstart-plugin. It's $15. And the Kickstart plugin, they have a free trial even, so you can try it out. But it very simply just takes whatever you have and does that wonderful irritating side chaining thing to it. But if you take that dude. So let's quantize that. And then put a kick, let's go. So the bass is doing it too. Isn't that nice? And then do drums. This is Super Macho drums. I'm using the Metro Logic kit. Right here. quantize that. Now, the kickstart for the bass, you want it to be different. You want it to be more like the downbeat where that hole is. Right? But then bring down the mix. So it's filling that hole that the other one is taking away. So you find your way to balance. That's why they have a mix here, so you can control none. So you can do all sorts of fun things quickly with this. Also, what's nice with this is it has this offset. So you can click to offset where the bump is. Let's get back to the song. So if you want something to pop up, bump. It's cool to accentuate it in such a way just by shifting the offset of the waveform. So it has some cool, nice thought out ideas like that. Licensed, all that kind of stuff. So it's very simple, but it's nice that you have these presets right there in front of you. There's no searching around. There's nothing else to set up. You can choose it and you can offset it, and you're done. So we like effects like that sometimes, especially when it's a simple thing like this. So I seem to be distorting somewhere. Okay, so you get the idea. You get the idea of what it can do. I don't need to bang it over the head, so to speak, right? The other effect plugin that is really interesting is Tantra. Let's play with that. This has the ability to work both on audio as well as instruments. So we could take something like, let's go to a different EDM groove so you guys don't get like bored of. Let's turn on Tantra. So you can see why guys that do remixes love this thing. Just because so let's go to default. I'll show you the effects real quick. Some of the coolest ones are down here, like glitch. Slow it down in one plugin, and to have that be automated is so cool. So let's just take stretch. Let's play a stretch. So you go to the matrix and say mod 1 is gonna play with the glitch, and you have two layers. So it's layer A stretch, layer A stretch. Okay, so we can say down for the. Oh, we gotta make a strength to it, right? Probably negative. You can choose different strengths. So if you need to do that glitchy, weird, it's incredibly cool. You can smooth it if you want it smoother so it doesn't click. Isn't that cool? People want to know how to do that kind of stuff, and here it is as one of multiple modules to play with, right? Okay, so you got that. Isn't that cool? That alone right there is like, okay, I'm buying it. So there's great distortion. Tone. And And then there's a mix, so you can have just be a little bit. Okay. There's lo-fi. Right? Okay. Kill that, kill that. Reverb is here. It's nice. It's not bad. Okay. You got EQ. You've got a filter. It can do all sorts of additional things like pitch shifting. Ring mod type effects. You hear this sound all the time on records, right? Because a lot of producers use this and don't tell anybody else about it. They don't want you to know. Okay. And now the interesting thing with this, on top of this, there's a B set of effects. And I thought that it was like an A-B, like shifting from like one set of these sliders parameters to another set, but it's not. It's a complete different set. So you could say pitch shift, you have to turn it on. So you can have filtering on A, and this could be changing in radical ways. While on B, this filter is also doing double duty. And it has the ability here to choose between being in serial. I think I have to open up the filter on A. Then go to B, and it takes the right waveforms to get the vowel to work. You get the idea. So using all of these effects, there's all of these effects, right? And if you want, you can change the order. So let's call up a preset or two. Say we want the lo-fi at the very first effect. Just change the order. If you want the distortion at the very end, just drag it to the end. Now everything's distorted, or put it up here and it's just distorting the tone before it goes through anything else. But now your delays and reverbs are clean. So it's very, very powerful. Very powerful to have 8 lanes that can be changed between a step shape or a curvature shape where you can click. It's not locked, so I should be able to. You use your control and you can create curves this way all you want, and you can make cool sweeping things, and it's really an interesting effect to have all these abilities. People use it all the time on drums, because to take this let's go to Super Macho Drums. So I sequence something in, but the effect is running. So without the effect, we have let's go to Tantra. And then hit the power off. You know, you can do stuff that simple. And you can look through the expansions and find things that just say drums. So it's very useful. It's a very useful effect for changing up stuff you already have plugin wise. You have all these other things available, and there you go. Can you MIDI learn and assign knobs? Absolutely. They have a full setup of right clicking and saying start MIDI learn, and it will learn it. You can right click to add something to one of the modulation channels. Here's your matrix to see what's assigned to what, and that could be open while you're going through the patches to see. You can find some of these patches that have quite a few things going on. And what's fun is everything works. So even if it's set for pads, you could still run the drums through it. You know? So I should be not showing you anything that is to be bought from some other website when I'm having a sale and I want you to buy something from my site. But that's not how I roll. I want you guys to just know about everything and you get what you need at the time, right? Okay. So I don't know what else to cover. That was the main things I wanted to show was where I am with Del Norte. We got a good start on the artwork. The library will take probably a couple more weeks. I really want to spend some time and get into it and find some unique things to bring out for the library. I want it to be really cool and unique. So we're on the right track, but now I need more time to spend with it. Yeah, so Sound Author says the daunting thing for modern sound designers is that we now have almost too many options. Yes, it is true. How many pad patches in Del Norte? I don't know, but a lot. Because that source just begs to be a pad. And so there will probably be 30, 40 pads at least, probably, I would think. Yeah, you know, it's really fun if you want to give yourself limits. Say I can only give yourself 3 plugins, 4 plugins, and spend some time working with them. What that really does is it teaches you about those plugins. You really get to, I think I mentioned this in another live stream. Korg, when we were doing the Wave Station, they had a T-Series in the corner. I think it was a T-Series or a Trinity or a Triton. It might have been a Triton. And I would sit down and write stuff there each day. And it's really fun to have limits. Just here's the sets of sounds. I don't have anywhere else to look. This is it. That's how you really get to know how one instrument really, you learn about its personality and its quirks. It's why I started this website. It's because I wanted to learn about FM8. And I wanted to do a library for FM8, and I didn't understand FM8, and I knew nobody else that understood FM8. And so it was like the perfect synth to say, well, here's FM synthesis, because I knew FM synthesis, but I didn't know the interface and how it worked with FM8. And that's how Plugin Guru started. So it's not a bad idea to limit yourself so that you really learn. Spend time just with Razor. Just use Razor for a song. Just use Massive, you know, just use Serum. Use just one thing. And if you limit yourself, you will actually find that you end up doing things you didn't expect you could do. It's actually really kind of an inspiring practice to try. What was the name of the hardest FM synth from 1998 to program? Well, the hardest was probably the DX7 just because its interface sucked. But that was in the 80s, not the 90s. There's a number of different FM synthesis. Yeah. Benny boy, you're promoting a lot. My goodness, dude. Yeah, Zebra is very good. All right, I'm going to go find my daughter and celebrate Father's Day with her. Don't forget, at my humble website, if you use the promo code Father's Day Rocks this weekend, you save 30% on anything. Percussa is discounted to its introductory price. It's not 30% off because it's new. And so I'm going to keep it at its introductory price. that promo code if you want. Yeah, happy Father's Day to everybody. If you're a father, awesome. If you're gonna be a father, awesome. It's really cool to have someone in your life that is a part of your life in a unique way, and that's what kids give you. Tantra is available here, by the way. Tantra. Hopefully, hopefully the promo code works. It was supposed to be working. Dimitri gave that to me yesterday. So it's Dimitri Sash, DmitrySches.com. He actually has a synthesizer as well called Diversion, which is very powerful and crazy and does all sorts of things. But we were just looking at Tantra. TX816. Well, TX81Z, the hardest one to program was the TX816 because you had to use external editors, and it was 8 DX7s in a great big, I think, 3-space rack. I had a TX216, which was 2 DX7s in the rack. I couldn't buy the 816 at the time. My mom and dad owned a music store, so I got it through there. And the promo code TX81Z was challenging to work with for sure. But it had a better interface than the original DX7. Here's the promo code again. I think if you say buy now to this version, you have to buy the version that has the expansions, and you put in your promo code and update it. Oh, and delete these because you don't need these. You don't need to buy the backup media or the download protection, and you put in the promo code. I think I did. Yeah, it's 59 instead of 69. So you're getting an additional discount of $10 off from it by doing that. But again, you don't need to have the backup media and the download protection. Those are just ways of getting money for nothing. So don't do that. Right? And that way you can get it for $59 instead of $69. Now that promo code goes away after this weekend. So you just saw me put in a promo code. And if it's after this Father's Day weekend in 2017, that won't work. But for right now, it works. So if you want to take advantage, there you go. And really, external editors, I think sometimes we are always learning. Yes, never stop learning. I've been at this for 25 years plus, and I've still got miles and miles of learning to go. So thank you for your support. Thank you for enjoying the live stream and being along with me. How many people are here? 68. Holy cow. That's a lot of you guys. That's awesome. Yay. More each week. I love that. So if you have questions, feel free to contact me through my website, pluginguru.com. I reply to everything personally for the most part. I try not to forget email. If I do, I apologize. Please send me another one. And we will talk to you in the future. I appreciate the support very much. You guys are awesome. So send me email questions. I need some more questions for starting up another video for a live stream if you want. Send me some questions of ideas for future videos, stuff you'd like to see, because I like to share stuff that people would like to know more about. So, all right. Talk to you later. Okay. Bye.